To Haiti now, where the country is dealing with gang problems. Leaders say gangs have taken over about 70% of the capital, Port-au-Prince, since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. But right in the midst of all of that violence is a ray of hope. Our Yasmin Julmis has more on how a Lake Worth woman and her team are changing lives in the city, one handbag at a time.
While sitting in her office in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Jolina de Auguste recalls how quickly her business collapsed after the devastating earthquake of 2010.
I had my business. All of it was lost. Cows that I was selling, all of it was lost.
Haiti's government said about 316,000 people died in the disaster, leaving the island with $7.8 billion in damages. Auguste's concern about how her family would survive kept growing, knowing that oil and rice donations would only sustain them for so long. Then she met Julie Colombino Billingham, a disaster relief responder from South Florida, who would soon become her business partner.
I mean, I definitely did not set out to start a business. I have a master's in nonprofit management. I've always worked for charities.
Before meeting Auguste, Billingham had already been thinking about how to create jobs in Haiti after meeting a woman in desperate need of help right after the earthquake.
I was distributing bottles of water, and she touched me on my arm and she said, "Blanc, moi pas besoin de l'eau, moi voulais travailler." And in English, that means, "Hey, white lady, I don't want any water, but I need a job."
Billingham said that moment changed how she wanted to help, and she told Auguste.
So I told her about a time when I lived in Africa and I saw people making sandals out of tires. And in Haiti, there were tires everywhere. And so Jolina said that she knew how to sew. And she literally grabbed my hands and said, "Together, we're going to take back everything that the earthquake stole," by starting this little job creation place to make sandals out of recycled tires.
Billingham created a nonprofit called Rebuild Globally, focused on education and job training. But because jobs were still scarce, they needed to create employment opportunities for graduates of the program.
And that's where Demain came in. Demain means two hands in Creole because we literally built the business with our own two hands.
16 years later, Demain is a fair trade fashion brand with 45 employees, no longer making sandals from tires, but leather handbags made from leftover material in a Haitian-owned, solar-powered factory in the center of Port-au-Prince.
We're really, really proud of that work because a lot of the bags have this indigenous Haitian weaving in it. It's like the palm frond baskets that women wear on their heads. We brought that technique into the factory.
Billingham says the 4,500 square foot factory is a beacon of hope in the capital.
I mean, I'm not going to lie and say that the work is easy. It's actually quite hard. I'm a foreigner, I'm a woman doing work in Haiti. It's not always easy, but it is so gratifying and it makes my life worth living.
Auguste says what they've been able to do is nothing short of a miracle from God.
This is what work can do instead of giving. I tell people this is a solution. Work is life.
And business at Demain has tripled under Jolina and the rest of the management team made up of the Haitian graduates from the program. After living in Haiti for 5 years, Billingham is now back and forth between Lake Worth and the island and says the woman she gave water to after the earthquake changed her life forever. In studio, Yasmin Julmis, WPBF 25 News.
And Billingham says her team chooses bravery every day by going to work at the factory. Demain handbags are sold in various boutique and high-end stores throughout the U.S.